Hi class! This week we're going to learn about our grade point average, which also stands for GPA. We're going to discuss why it's important with regards to your academic standing at Glendale Community College. So just like I said, GPA stands for grade point average. Let's discuss some rules that we need to follow with regards to calculating our GPA. Letter grades are given point values, which we will soon learn how to figure out our point values in the next couple of slides. Grades of pass, no pass are not calculated in our GPA. For example, our Student Development 100 course is a pass, no pass course. It's an option, which therefore there is no letter grade. Therefore, it is not calculated in your GPA. That does not mean that the class isn't important or you won't receive units for it. It just means that we cannot calculate it in our GPA. Grades of withdrawals, which also stands for W, are also not calculated in your GPA. So how do we calculate your GPA? We take the grade point value and divide it by all your units attempted. To help us determine the grade point value, we need to use this chart. A grade of A, so a grade of an A in a class, will give you 4 points. A grade of a B will give you 3 points. A grade of a C will give you 2 points. A grade of a D will give you 1 point. And a grade of an F will give you 0 points. Again, remember, W's, pass, no passes, are not calculated in your GPA, so we do not add those. We take the grade point value and multiply it by the specific units. For example, English 101 is worth 3 units. And if you receive a grade of a B in the course down here, what we do is we take the unit value of the course, which is 3, right here, and we multiply it by the grade point value of B. Remember, we got that from this chart here. So we take 3 times 3 equals 9. So 9 is the point value for the course. So this student will receive, for this one course, will get 9 point values. Here is another example. If I get an A in a 3-unit class, I take 4 grade point value and multiply it by the unit value, which is 12 point values. If I get a B for a 3-unit class, I take 3 grade point values for the letter grade of B and multiply it by 3 units, and I get 9 point values. If I get a C for a 3-unit class, I take 2 grade point values for the letter grade of C, and I multiply it by the unit value of 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. If I get a D in a 3-unit class, I take 1 grade point value for the letter grade, and I multiply it by 3 for the units of the course, which equals 3. If I get a fail for a 3-unit class, I take 0 grade point values for the letter grade, and I multiply it by the units. 3 times 0 is 0. So now let's use an example of a student who took 16 units. The student took English 101 and got a B, History 111 and got a grade of C, PE 261 and got an A, took Student Development 100 and passed the class, took Chemistry 110 and got a C, and also took Political Science 101 and got a C. So for English 101, the student gets 9 point values because it's 3 units times 3 point values, 9. For History 111, the student gets 6 point values because the letter grade of C will give the student 2 points, and we multiply it by the unit value. Student gets 4 point values for the PE to 61. Remember, our student development is pass, no pass, so we mark it off. We exit out because it's not calculated in our GPA. Moving on, student will get 10 point values for chemistry 110 and 6 point values for political science 101. So for this semester, the student attempted 16 units total. But since we are not calculating student development 100, for the purpose of the GPA calculation, we will only count 15 units attempted. Then we will add up all the grade point values for all the courses we get. So all these point values is 35. And then we divide it by the units attempted. So 35 divided by 15 units attempted for the semester, and the student semester GPA is 2.33.